Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome here as we get ready for race number 4 of the season of the NRSL Winston SuperSpeedway Series. Getting ready to go racing here tonight at a track that most people would deem a short track. This is Hillside Raceway. It's only a mile in length, but in many ways it takes on the characteristic of a superspeedway. We're going to see these drivers here tonight racing 3 wide, several rows deep, maybe even 4 wide. It's definitely a track you wouldn't look at and say, oh yeah, that's a superspeedway type track. But when they get on the track and they start racing, oh my goodness, it is really, really exciting and really looking forward to this race here tonight. Dallas McIntosh lines up on the pole position. It's an all-Ford Thunderbird front row. McIntosh comes into this race 15th in the point stands, and the driver alongside of him, A Navarro in the 10, he comes in 16th in the points. Both drivers not too far back from the top 10 in the point stands, which is one of the places that drivers want to be at the completion of this regular season to make it in via points into the playoff system. Last week at Bermuda, we saw Zach Rogers go to victory lane for the second time this season and only the 3rd race this year. As a result, he is the points leader coming into this race. That 24 team is definitely on a hot streak right now. We're going to have to see if that consistency will keep up, or if they run into a bit of trouble in the upcoming races, will they have to fall back on those 2 wins for a wild card position. It'll be 40 laps of racing here tonight as well. Now, in most races that I run here, pit strategy does come into play, but with this being cup physics, don't know if that'll be the case. Let's go down trackside and get the command.
Drivers, start your engines.
And as the command is given, mentioned 2 drivers up here on the front row that are running well in the point standings. We'll look at row 2. There's a couple of drivers that could really use good runs here tonight. J Yepez in the 1, who is dead last in points, and alongside of him is the 35 of J Sandfer rolling off 4th. He is 40th in the point standings. So that's 2 drivers that really could use good runs here tonight. Let's give you a top 10. The points coming into tonight's race. Zach Rogers with his 2nd win last week obviously is the points leader over Ashland Boyd by 5 points, 6 points over Steve Morgan. Zachary Fitzwater is currently 4th in points after losing the points lead last week. Alex Gray in 5th, and the rest of the top 10 are Kyle Keith, Levi McIntyre, Phil Parker, James Richardson, and Dylan Young. Green flags in the air. We're underway at Hillside. McIntosh with the early advantage. J Yepez will slide into 2nd place. Navarro trying to get down to the bottom of the racetrack. Now, so far, our 2 former winners this season, McIntyre and Rogers, they are top 10 in the points, so the 2 wildcard spots will go to the next 2 highest drivers in the point stands, 11th and 12th in points. Right now, those spots would be held by J Gardner and Austin LaPlante, as we're going to have a lead change possibly. J Yepez to the bottom of the track. The Coca-Cola Polar Bears are going to lead the way here at Hillside at the completion of lap 2, and we're already 3 wide. This is for the 3rd position. Flickinger low, Sandfer middle, Navarro high, and a little contact there between the 6 and the 35 as they exited out of turn 2. Sandfer was actually able to use the middle groove to get to the 3rd position, so we're seeing that line is moving. And the battle for the lead may be on again. McIntosh took a peek there on Yepez. Nothing there at the moment. Looking again, possibly here out of 4. Not going to be able to make the move this time, and as these 2 continue to run nose to tail, they might have to look behind them, because here comes Charles Sandfer's Pontiac. All 3 manufacturers represented up here in the podium positions at this current point in time. McIntosh now back to the bottom. Charles Sandfer now going to fill the hole that McIntosh made on the bottom of the racetrack. He'll take 2nd from Yepez. Now looking for the lead from Dallas McIntosh. Oh, can't quite get there. He tried. He was to the left rear. McIntosh going to hang on to the spot. Sandfer into 2nd. Yepez back to 3rd. Battle's on for 4th. Been going on for the last couple of laps. Flickinger trying to get by Emmanuel Hartnett, but Hartnett's been strong on that outside line. Now the battle for second place may be heating up. Yepez down the bottom of the track trying to get a run on Sandfer, no dice there. Flickinger still trying to get the inside line going. Behind him, he's got drafting help in the form of Nathan Stapleton. Hartnett up top has Zachary Fitzwater offering drafting help, and he did have for a moment Tim Walch in the 13, but Walch now switches lanes and goes down to the bottom of the racetrack. Hartnett, though, is going to clear. He will get the position, it looks like, from Zach Flickinger. Flickinger going to try again, though, to take the spot away, and the 33 will finally clear him by the time they get to that corner. Meanwhile, up front, Sandfer now going to make a challenge on Dallas McIntosh for the lead. Can't do it. Yepez right there in case the 35 makes a mistake. Now he's to the inside of Sandfer's Pontiac for second. Right now, I'm looking currently at our top 10, and I only see two drivers running in the top 10 that came into this race top 10 in points. Fitzwater is 6th, and Steve Morgan has now cracked the top 10 in that 10th position in the 75. But Zach Rogers, Ashlyn Boyd, Alex Gray, Kyle Keith, Levi McIntyre, none of those drivers currently are up inside of the top 10 positions. In fact, let's jump back and find out where our two-time winner currently is situated. Zach Rogers is, wow, this is quite a mess back here. 77 of Joseph Srigley, 94 of Justin Zajdel. Navarro's back in this, and we were talking about Steve Morgan had cracked the top 10. Now he got kicked up to the high side there, now to the middle, and that just dropped him outside of the top 10, as a matter of fact. There's McIntyre, side by side with fellow Ford Thunderbird Isaac Nicholls. Nicholls will take that spot. James Richardson there in the 36 now going to go to the inside on Levi McIntyre. Got to drop back here. There is Rogers. Rogers is in a hornet's nest right now. He's kind of boxed in there in the middle. He's got Ashlyn Boyd to the inside, so both the top two in points kind of trapped back here. Not able to make much forward progress. Jonathan Zoerlein rim riding. Zach Winkle back there as well. And I believe that's the 90 of Alex Gray, not too far behind them. Yes, it is. Gray 5th in points. Also kind of boxed in here with not much opportunity to make forward progress. Now, we mentioned that Austin LaPlante and Johnny Gardner came into this race currently holding the two wildcard positions because they are 11th and 12th in points. There is LaPlante in the 50, and not too far back, there is the 46 of Johnny Gardner. So neither one of these drivers having that decent of showing right now at Hillside, and that could hurt them in terms of staying in the wild card positions, as we've got a lead change. Diego Yepez to the top position, and talk about a team that really could use a good run. How about a team that comes into this race in the first 3 races dead last in the points? Yepez trying to find victory lane for the first time this season. So far, we've had Ford victory at Daytona and Chevy victories at Dragonette and Bermuda. Right now, Charles Sandfer, the highest running Pontiac, trying to get that manufacturer their first win of the season. Closing in on the halfway point of this race, Yepez, Hartnett, and McIntosh right now your top 3. Then Flickinger in 4th, and the battle now on for 5th. Sandfer getting kicked to the high side, and there's a contingency down below with Fitzwater, Navarro, Srigley, and Zajdel, as well as Tim Walch and N Stapleton. P Carmichael leading a second group there in the 73, trying to catch this lead group, along with Steve Morgan and Seth Flickinger. Let's move back to the front because battle is going to heat up for second place. Hartnett has it. McIntosh wants it. Flickinger there as well in the 6. 2 Chevys, 2 Fords right now at the front. And then the Pontiac of Sandfer is McIntosh, who started on the pole, has kept his car up front this entire first half of the race. He will go to second place. It looks like the 2 Fords are going to work together, the 28 and the 6. They're not teammates. The 28's out of Robert Yates Racing. The 6 is out of Roush Racing, but they're working together for the moment, and now they've got another driver helping them, 35 of Charles Sandfer. So these three gonna try and see if they can catch up to the 1 of Diego Yepez. And as soon as I say that, now they're gonna go 3 wide for second place. So much for working together. That brings Joseph Srigley now into the mix, and is he going to go 4 wide here off turn 4? Contact between Sandfer and Flickinger. That was actually off turn 2. They're still 4 wide for second place. Now it's 3 wide, 2 rows deep. You can't tell me this track does not take on the aspects of a super speedway when they're able to go 4 wide and keep it together. Now Srigley, after all that, has moved to second place. And look at all the new players up here. Stapleton in the 21, Zajdel in the 94, Walsh in the 13. They're all now up inside of the top 10. As Sandfer now side by side with Srigley, that's for second. Whoa, Hartnett looked a little squirrely there in the middle between Flickinger and Navarro. Hangs on to it though. And all this you would think would be a battle for the lead. It's actually a battle for second place. The guy that's got to be loving this right now is Diego Yepez in the 1, because all this is going on behind him. And every time that they battle for second, that's 1 less lap he has to try and worry about defending his race lead. Now Srigley's going to take second. We're going to have to keep an eye and see if the gap between the 77 and the 1 closes up. It really closed up that lap. He gained about 3/10 on Yepez. Sandfer now in control of 3rd place. The battle on for 4th. Stapleton to the inside of Hartnett. It looks like Hartnett might be able to keep the spot using the high side. He will. So now the battle heats up again for position numero 1. Srigley closing the gap really quickly on Diego Yepez. He might be able to make a move down here into 3. And about 20 laps later, the podium is still Chevy, Ford, and a Pontiac. And Srigley now goes for the top position. 10 laps to go as Srigley takes the top spot. Yepez back to second, Sandfer in 3rd. Hartnett wants the spot, can't get it. Gotten a little tight there in the corner as we're starting to see as this race has gone 30 laps deep without a caution. Drivers maybe having to deal with some handling, having to readjust how they take the corners. We're going to go 3 wide for the lead. Sandfer looks, he makes the move. Yepez got a little loose, but Sandfer could not keep it to the inside of the 1. And I'm noticing too as this race has gone on, that outside line has gained some pretty good momentum. Saw Hartnett be able to close in on Sandfer and get around the high side, and he'll actually take the 3rd position. Sandfer caught down in the bottom, and he's losing spots. He just lost a spot now to Stapleton. Apparently that outside line is gaining some grip and gaining some speed, but it's the inside line that Srigley's going to try and use on Diego Yepez. Srigley coming into this race, he was running well in the points for the first 2 races of the season. He headed into the 3rd race of the year last week at Bermuda, 6th in the point standings. But he had a terrible performance, dropped 15 spots in the standings, and came into this race 21st in points. So trying to rebound back. Now Hartnett to the bottom of the racetrack, side by side between a Ford and a Chevy, as we have 6 laps to go here at Hillside. Look at Yepez looking middle. Can he get there? Nope, not quite. Hartnett trying to get that inside line going, and no, wait a minute. Hartnett backed out of the throttle, and okay, it looks like it was because of his entry into the corner. I couldn't tell, but it almost looked like he downshifted, and I wasn't certain if he was maybe going to come to pit road or not. Yepez now back to the inside line. He dominated the first half of this race, but then they all started ganging up on him. Now trying to take the top position back once again. Looks like he might get it. Srigley going to battle back up top, and here comes Nathan Stapleton in the 21 now into the mix. Stapleton, his car wound up good on that inside line, got to the inside, and they might be able to clear Srigley here through 3 and 4. Got a little tight there through that corner, and not going to be able to hang on to the spot. Srigley will take second place back. Stapleton in third. Battle for fourth between Zajdel and Hartnett. As Srigley tries closing up the gap again between himself and Diego Yepez. It'll be 2 to go this time at the line. The gap between first and second about 3/10, then about another 2/10 back to Stapleton. Can Srigley close up the gap quickly enough on Diego Yepez to take the top position? Or can Stapleton pass them both? One more lap. The white flag displayed for Diego Yepez. Srigley, Stapleton, Zajdel. Can they close up quickly enough? Here comes Srigley. Big run. Can he follow it up down here into 3 and 4? Oh, he had to lift. He couldn't make the entry. Diego Yepez is going to pick up the win. Dead last in the points, but a winner here tonight at Hillside. How about that? Diego Yepez came into this race dead last in the standings. And now may have just been able to turn the momentum into his favor if he can follow it up with good finishes in the upcoming few weeks. He's got to at least make the top 30 in the point standings to have that win count towards a wild card spot, so that would probably be their next goal. But what a great run there. I mean, coming into this race, average finish of 39th place. That is just how horrible the start of their season has been, but little silver lining in that gray cloud here tonight for that one team. The number 1 finishes P1 with Diego Yepez. Srigley will have to settle for second, but not a bad run to kind of combat the poor performance he had last week at Bermuda. Nathan Stapleton gets third. Zajdel is going to bring it home in fourth, and Emmanuel Hartnett completes the top 5. Then it was Angel Navarro in 6th. Dallas McIntosh never fell outside of the top 10 all night. Finishes 7th. Charles Sandfer, a well-needed run for that team, in 8th. Zachary Fitzwater brings it home in 9th. And Steve Morgan will complete the top 10. Take a look further down. Z Flickinger gets 11th. Preston Plourd, second straight week. He's going to get a good finish. He gets 12th. Tim Walsh there in 13th with Brenna Carmichael and Seth Cole completing the top 15. But take a look as far as the point stands would be concerned. Zach Rogers came into this race the points leader. He finished 26th here tonight. Ashlyn Boyd came in second in points. And where in the world did the 16 finish? He finished all the way back in the 30th position. So it looks like, very likely, Steve Morgan could take the points lead over heading into next week's race at M&M SuperSpeedway. You look on down through the remainder of the finishing results there, and we talked about LaPlante and Gardner came into this race as the 2 wildcard drivers in 11th and 12th. 32nd for LaPlante, Gardner all the way back in 41st. And also Levi McIntyre, a Daytona winner, finished way back in the field in 36th place. So we definitely could have a points shakeup. No doubt in my mind we're going to have a new points leader heading into next week's race. But that is going to do it here from Hillside. Dead last in the points, but Diego Yepez picks up his first win of the season here tonight at Hillside. If you enjoyed tonight's race, be sure to give this video a like, subscribe to become part of the crew today. We've shown your full picture results, and these are your point standings heading into next week's race at M&M's SuperSpeedway. Till then, I've been Seth Cole, and you've been watching a production of the NRSL, Offline Racing at its best. See you guys next week.